Alright guys, welcome. We are open. So I've got watch list. I posted it and I pinned it. ALF, TRCH, plug, SWBI, DDD and CLOV. I'm watching those. Wow, TRCH carries on falling. Big wash on it from 6 to 560s. I'm also watching WISH as well on the side. WISH. So as usual, I'm going to be waiting around 5 to 10 minutes after the open. I don't take trades straight off the gate. We have a wash on ALF as well. ALF and TRCH washes. And we have CLOV. Let's have a look at CLOV. Yeah, it's still, I will not take this at the moment. It's just too early for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait it out. But yeah, very interesting. CLOV will be all day watch. It's a momentum stock. WISH is also seems strong at 14s if a 14 breaks and holds. WISH. Oh, TRCH. I was gonna hoping you would just not do that. Right. I'm also watching SWBI on my other charts. WISH and SWBI I'm watching on the other chart. CLOV seems very strong. So far so good if anybody's taken long, but not my style. SWBI, TRCH, come on TRCH. I think I missed the TRCH trade, guys. I'll wait a bit longer than usual on this. It's just gone too far from me, from where I was supposed to be interested in it. So I'm definitely gonna not chase it. Instead, I'll keep an eye on ALF. On the sidelines, I'm also watching, apart from the ones that I posted, I'm also watching Space, WISH. What else? And that's pretty much it. Most importantly, Space and WISH. See, this is why I don't touch the open, especially the first 5 to 10 minutes. Look at what CLOV is doing. Like, breakout traders got wrecked there. I mean, it's just hard to handle that. I just couldn't handle it. A lot of scalpers do really well. Very quick in and out guys, but I'm not like that. I tried, never worked for me. Guys, if you can you confirm if you can hear me properly and the charts are doing okay? You can see the charts with the cursors, and anybody can hear me properly? Still on waiting things to happen. Just watching these main watches. DDD. Keep an eye on DDD. So as you can see, this is also a momentum second day runner. It could possibly be a second day runner. Yeah, DDD is a good watch to keep an eye on. And also Space, similar scenario. It's actually much better chart than DDD. Space chart. Daily chart is much more attractive for a momentum long. But the way it's trading at the moment, it will be a chase for me. I just can't manage it if I chase something like this. If it does come back to 40s, around 40s, pulls back to 40s, and I want to see why it does there. If 40s hold, or 50s hold, then I might be interested. So far, Space is the only one I see for long that looks quite strong. And we were looking at CLOV as well, but CLOV it's just going to be a chop for the moment. In fact, I'm leaning towards shorts on this, to be honest. I'm leaning towards shorts on CLOV until it comes back and reclaims the 14s. Oh my goodness, this is nah, I can't. See, the thing is, I plan to short something, and if it does run away from you, it's like you missed the target. You know, you're hunting and you misfired. So yeah, this is also, it seems like it's gone. Yeah, because we're talking 1380s to 1350s. That's 30 cents. Until, yeah, CLOV might be a bit late on that. Right. AMC AMC has been has been crazy, Scott. It's I've traded on and off. I just leave it alone because the range is just a killer. It's just the way I trade. I just can't sort of manage it well. It's just too fast for me. I just like things that are just a bit, you know, not too hectic like this. See, if I was watching AMC, that's the only thing I'll be watching. You know, if I was trading AMC, that's the only chart, only ticker I'll be watching throughout the day. That's how I would be able to handle it. But because today there are more opportunities, I don't think AMC is the only one I'm gonna watch. But yeah, AMC, I mean, if it was a different ticker, it looks quite strong. Daily is really nice. I mean, it's not extremely clear, but it's still there. So space and I know, Scott, you're not gonna like it, but I was thinking of shorting TRCH, but it just didn't give me a chance. This area was a short area. It just was too quick. TRCH, and also I believe ALF was on the list as well for a short. Unfortunately, couldn't get any of those. Let's have a look at DDD. So DDD basically, I'm watching this, but not for long. It's for a short. DDD. I want to see. It's 37 already held, so this is a good opportunity. I just don't want it to run away from me before I. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now about these things. As soon as I start talking about this, they run. Yes, I was more. Oh, okay. Huge spread though on it. I mean, we're talking 25 cents sometimes. That's the only issue with it. But if we can get close to 37s, 36.90s, the entry, we've got a stop of around 20. So if we can get entry close to 36.85s even, we've got 37.10s. 25 cents, yeah. Quite a bit of stop, but these things can move like $1 within minutes. So it's fine. 25 cents, 30 cents, fine on this. It just wouldn't give me that 36.85s. I really like to come back up to 36.85 and see how it reacts there. It briefly did, but I couldn't get in. So I'm watching DDD. Watching DDD for a short. The daily, however, is dangerously strong. But the only thing is, if it does break previous day's highs, that's what I'd be worried about. So it didn't basically. So I'm thinking today might be a bit of a pullback day before it actually continues. You know, Scott, if I was trading AMC, it'll purely be based on tape reading. I wouldn't really sort of care so much about the charts. I know how the chart looks. In the back of my mind, it's been in play for weeks. So a lot of decision making would be based on level 2 and time and sales on it. Yeah, it's it's quite interesting. Or DDD, if anybody got in, it did go back to 36.85s, but I couldn't take it. Too fast again for me. But if anybody has taken it, it looks good. It looks good. That's your 36.85s, and then that's 36.30s. So that's 50 cents. You know, with a risk of 25 cents, that's 2 to 1 first partial on. I would take my first partial here or close to 36. Yeah, close to 36 right now. 36.15s, 20s even. Take the partial. And then put your stop to break even. Let's actually maximize this, because this is the only interesting one at the moment. So 36, there you go. The 36 is expect 36 to hold a bit. If that doesn't hold, then we're looking at a huge move on this down. But I believe 36 will hold for a while. Maybe even come back to 36.50s. We'll see. That's my 2 cents on it. But unfortunately, I was talking about this and I just couldn't take it, because I'm very specific on my entries. It has to hit my level and it has to do a few things. It has to confirm a few things on time and sales, and it did, to be honest, on this. But I just couldn't enter because of it being a little bit spready. It had like around 5 cents spread. So yeah, it's a good trade. Yeah, well, that GameStop thing, Scott, is things have changed, man. Games, we're not in the traditional trading era. It's completely changed the game. You gotta adjust with it, to be honest. When I was trading, let's say 2015, we didn't have anything like that. These Reddit trades or YOLO traders and whatnot, diamond hands, what they call it. We didn't have those. Well, we might have, but I didn't know about it. Yeah, a lot of people have lost a lot of money and made a lot of money on these GME moves and AMC moves. I traded space quite a lot as well, Scott, but that was kind of swing trades. I took quite a few times, if you can see on the chart, I've taken 20s, quite a lot of 20 entries. Right here, this is basically last year or so, I believe. Yeah, the winter. So yeah, I took quite a few trades here. When it pulled back, I took some here as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually go up until like 60s or 50s. I took it out, I think, close to 40s. That was 100% move for me. As a trader, that's just too tempting not to take it. 14107. So as you can see, guys, at 36 held, and is holding nicely. So this might actually bounce back to our original entry, 36.85s. But I'm hoping if 36.50s hold, if it does pull back to 36.50s and that area holds, I will be interested on it. So if you're already in it, you can add there if you can afford it. But if it breaks 36 now and doesn't reclaim, then I'll just leave it for a while, because that means I'm chasing it. So right now there's a fight between 36 here. That's one. Space, I have a system where I could have taken 41, but that's just, this move is just a bit too much for me, and that pullback is not enough. Yes, that's why I left space alone. Alright, AMC is washing. AMC is washing. It went all the way to 61s, the highs of 61s, and now it's at 59. $2 move. Did you, Scott, take any GME or AMCs? We traded GME when it was initially starting out with the whole craze, and it was crazy, very exciting. I feel like DDD wants to break 36. So I was kind of expecting this move, a pullback to 36.50s. Sometimes it never reaches there, but that's kind of very as close as it might get. 36.40 is 10 cents difference. Yeah, I mean, so far, shorts are looking good. Obviously 36 is going to be a problem, but if it does break that, you're good to go on it. The only issue for me on DDD is the dailies. It's just I'm I'm thinking this might actually be the second day runner. If that 36 holds and starts creeping back up, no, and if it doesn't, if 36 breaks, so we are really at a crucial level at the moment. If it does break 36 and doesn't look back, then yeah, it could be a fade off. If it does fade off, we're looking at least $1 or $2 on it. Anybody watching anything else interesting? Space. Today I will look to short space, but later on. I'm actually looking on this now. I'm looking on this going forward from here on space. Most likely gonna short it instead of longing it. So DDD, yeah, this pullback or this bounce off of 36 is just it worries me because of daily. This daily is screaming second day runner. Plus the way that 36 held, it's just a telltale sign of this chop taking everybody out and then making its move. We'll see. But then again, on that short, on the short that we discussed, if you had taken it, you still be obviously ahead on it. Worst case scenario, you would have been out 36. Actually, your break even wouldn't have hit yet, so you still be break even on it with the half out around 60-70 cents. So yeah, that's actually a really good trade still. Keep an eye on this though. DDD, if it does break 37s and if it starts to trade above it, then I'll be interested in longs. But yeah, if only if 37 breaks and breaks strongly. I feel like I want a short space, but it's just my system wouldn't allow me. It wouldn't allow me to short it, but it's just it would be discretionary, completely discretionary. Just I don't know how to explain it. It's just I've got a feeling that I want to short it. Usually is correct, but it just messes up with my data if I do that. So I leave it alone. I'll keep an eye on space, DDD. And I am also watching WISH. WISH. Okay, I just don't like this price action. There's just nothingness. From here to the top, 1420s, 1370s, not much of a range. Massive chop. But I'm keeping an eye on this wish. There might be a trade here on wish, guys, for a short, not for longs, for a short. DDD, guys, you still be in it, and it's actually, it looks good. I mean, if you were 3685s or 3680s, 82s, keep it there. Keep your break even stop. In fact, I want to trade this short right now. The only thing is 10 cents spread. I don't like spreads. Spready stocks. Sometimes 15 cents. This is, but these stocks, when it moves, it moves. So instead of having 20 cents stop, I could have 30 cents. Give that room. Plus wish. Okay, I'm watching these two. Wish is more interesting for me. I would really ideally like it to come back up to 1395s. This zone here. But it might never get there. So I'm gonna start slow on this. 1390s if I can get. So I've started slow on this 1390s. My stop will be 14, just over 14s, basically 1404s or 5s, but I will start adding on it because it's not my initial. There it goes. There it goes. That's not enough though. We want these lows to be broken if we want the real trade to work. However, before this, partial would be ideal. DDD, you would have been out here. DDD, you would have been out. Now, forget about shorts. I won't take shorts on this. If anything, it'll be long. All right. Keeping an eye on WISH. Look at DDD go. This is the initial. This whole area was an initial massive gains here. It's mostly stop runs, to be honest, and create liquidity basically. This might be the real move. Looking at the volume needs to be consistent, so anything above the, yeah, it seems to be consistent, so yeah, this looks strong. DDDs looks strong. Avoid shorting it, guys. And remember I was mentioning, you know, I smell the second day runner on this, especially if it breaks that 37 area. for sure. I mean, if it does hold, that 37 is key for me now, which it seems like it's gonna hold. If 38 breaks, then yeah, that second day runner is confirmed for sure. So, but I'm just watching the trade I'm in, Wish 1390s entries. Gave me around 15 cents, but it's not enough. I'm waiting for it to break the lows, 1360s. If it doesn't, then it's a chop. I don't mind risking 15 cents on it. It's very interesting to watch DDD, because if that breaks, there's a lot of short sellers that'll be in trouble. And when they're in trouble, what happens? Well, they'll bail out. If they have to bail out, that means they'll have to buy back the shares, which puts more fuel to the fire, and it's just, that's how you get short squeezes. So anybody who was short, like let's say from here, didn't put their stop in, or they're shorting the high of day and they're putting their stops above it. Yeah, that's why professional traders, they wouldn't put hard stops. They'll just sink it in, like. I'm keeping a close eye on WISH. $13.93s. So on WISH, I will lean towards 14s for a stop, just over 14s, because I want to see how the price reacts near 14s. We got quite a few things going on before 14s, which is our EMA, VWAP, and the level there. So just gonna wait on that. If 14 starts to hold, or anywhere if it starts to hold here, I might actually add on it as well. Okay, DDD, quite a bit of an area here. Obviously shorters are not letting go. 38s are holding. Like these, you might have heard a lot, like I talk about the round numbers. A lot of people think, what, round numbers can't be that important. I've been trading for years and I'm still relying on them, so much so that I base my my management on it. It's just big orders cannot, it's kind of difficult. Like if I had huge orders that I need to fill that day, I will base my orders near round numbers or before it or at it, because I know there's a lot of liquidity there. That's where professionals will fill their huge amount of shares without giving away their game plan. So that's as simple as that, guys. Like it doesn't have to be very complicated. I mean, we were talking about this DDD, the whole, we were thinking of shorting here. That was successful, but then I was definitely mentioning that 36. If you were here, 36 is gonna hold, you know, it's gonna hold. When it did and came with the volume, it's gonna try the 37s. When it broke that 37s, you see the strength on it with the volume coming up, consistent volume. This shows me that yes, that this stock is going for the second day runner, and you know, it might pull back from 38s a little bit, but if it starts to break again, you know, we've got short sellers panicking now. It's an interesting watch. I'll keep an eye on this for the day. Also, I'm still in on WISH. WISH still in. Alright, waiting on Wish to break the 1370s, 60s. Ideally 1365s. Quite choppy though. Is this? I just don't like this. The price action at the moment on WISH. As soon as it starts to wash down, it gets bought up, and it's getting bought up higher and higher. So I really need these these lows to be taken out. I might tighten my stop on this because it doesn't seem like it wants to bounce back. But the idea is there. I'm gonna stick to my 14 over 14 stop on this. Yeah. Okay, I'm out of WISH 1395s. Out of it. WISH out. Yeah, I just didn't wait for 14s, guys. This just momentum is coming in and on it, so I don't want to get caught on a 14 break and then slips out 10 cents. Yeah, I've just early exit on this. Just about 6 cents loss on it. That's all. Not much. So WISH has similar sort of look to it as the DDD. Very similar look, as you can see, quite strong. The high of the day, 1420s, will be interesting to watch. Look at that volume coming in. Now if that stays consistent, then we have got a runner. we might have a runner here. Just broken 14 as well without any problem, just like DDD did. 37 was the level we were watching, no problem breaking it, didn't even come back to it. So however, this one has broken it and it's trying to come back, but the volume is there. On that break we see the rise of volume relatively strong. I was looking at DDD. Might be interesting area here. What's the slippage on it? I mean spread 7 cents, 6 cents. You need huge stop on this. We're talking 37.70s to 37.30s, 50 cents, 40 cents stop. If you can handle that, now is the good time to buy it. Maybe go half position and put your stop under 37.30s. On DDD, I'm talking on DDD. Right now is at 37.70s, 30s, so 40 cents stop. But expect this to make a huge move if that 38.11 breaks, and the volume just picked up. The volume just picked up. If it's consistent, it's gonna break that 38.11. Yeah, volume coming in, very interesting. 38.04s or 3s. I'm watching the ask 38s, huge numbers on 38. It's getting broken. I need the bid to catch up. 37.95s. Yeah, the bid is not able to catch up that quickly. Alright, it seems like it wants to break it, but there's a lot of fight going on, a lot of resistance there. But that daily is just screaming strength. I don't know how people will short this. No idea. Still fighting the 38. Still fighting it. Also keep an eye on WISH. I will have a breakout entry on this. 14.22s, 25s. Safer would be 25s. There it goes. DDD. 38.14s, 18s, 20s, 18s. Right, this needs to break and not stay here for long, because you've got a, yeah, you shouldn't be staying here long. There goes WISH. Yeah, 14.25s or 22s. If you were waiting for 14.25s, it probably didn't hit, didn't trigger, but 14.22s might have, or would have. If you had taken this, your stop under 13.97s, 13.95s, leave some room in these kind of stocks, because it might chop around. As long as it's chopping around at the highs, that's fine. Yeah, same way as this is sort of trying the highs. DDD is also trying, but I feel like right now it's struggling because it broke it and it just came back down. But at least it's staying there. That's what's trend. It's showing this trend there. So you guys can hear me properly? Can you guys confirm, any of you guys? Still watching DDD. 13. Yeah, thanks, Scott. I just sometimes, I don't know, there might be a way to check whether sound is working without asking you guys, but at the moment, just so many things going on. I'll get there. These two are very similar, WISH and DDD. The way is, first of all, the dailies are, I wouldn't say quite similar. I prefer DDD's daily. I have more faith in DDD's long biased trades than WISH's. I think, guys, DDD, you're looking at probably a fade here. 38's controlled. The short sellers on 38 won the battle. Yeah. So this right now, temporarily at the moment, the breakout is a failed breakout. This 38.12 is a failed breakout. Alright, so wish WISHS tried to pull back and break 14s and it couldn't. There might be a long here on WISH 1405s. I'm looking at the 1407. 1405s, 1390s, around 15 cents stop there. Yeah, you could get 1405s, 1406. Alright. I'm still watching that wish. Still watching it. So I'm in on it 1403 when it pulled back. I got in here. I'm starting out small on this. Starting small. I would ideally want it to break 1430s. Maybe I'll add there. Would in average 1450s, 1420s. Also, DDD doesn't want to give up. Watching this. Scott, your TRCH is not doing that well. Sorry, mate. Right, that's not a good sign for WISH, guys. So we are in a chop. So what I'm going to do with WISH is, guys, if you have taken it long, put your stop. I'm putting my stop 1385s, 87s. Let me see where I put it. 87s. 1387 is stop. Leave it alone. I'm gonna put an alert 1425s. If it does reach there, then that's fine. I'll be interested. But right now, I'm not. I mean, if I'm already in it from there, 1403s to 1387s. I feel like I'll get stopped out on this. That's fine. I went with small, very small, and yeah. So this basically is a chop. I prefer DDD for a break of the recent high or daily high. DDD. By the way, Scott, yesterday TRCH short paid us well. It was a good trade before we left, remember? I still had some running on it. Let me have a look. TRCH. So if I remember correctly, yeah, this is the area I shorted it 9 somethings, and I took some out here, but then it did go down quite a bit. Can you see? From 9s to 7 something. It was yeah, it was a good trade, this one. It's probably the trade of the day there. But that gives you a chance to buy more. Nice. And to be honest, Scott, on this now, if anything, I'll be looking for longs on this. Where did you get in today? Did you buy it today or recently? Because if you've just bought it, I would say yeah. Just now 514. Okay, really good, very good. If you're Scott only relying on the merger stuff, I'm sure you're keeping an eye on the updates on the news. If anything changes, everything is gonna get changed. You know that, because this whole thing is based off of that. So, but yeah, I mean, technically speaking, right now, if you ask me what would I do on it, I'll only look for longs. So where you took long is actually a great place to be long in it, to be honest. Right, so was the WISH, guys. I'm gonna take it out as a break even. I'm out, break even. I don't care what it does. I just don't care what it does. I'm out, break even. On this one I'm like down -5 cents, -6 cents, which is great. It could have been worse. Just we are trading the chop. I just don't want to get into the habit of, you know, trading and looking at this and thinking this is okay. You know, I just looked back and I said, oh, what the hell am I trading? Just because I'm risking low and controlling the risk doesn't mean it's the good trade. I'm still watching it for sure, but I just need clear direction change on it, especially on WISH. On DDD, I think the shorts won. There you go. 38. That 38 level never lost, and there it goes. Awesome stuff. TRCH and MMT. Isn't there some sort of I don't know, I read it somewhere. I don't usually read the news or but there was something going on, yes. Where did I read it? There might have been. I'll have to look at it later. So, look at this, guys. I mean, chop, 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 chop. What I will do on this is put an alert, create an alert above. Yes. I'm just gonna create an alert on this and I'm gonna leave it alone, because what tends to happen is if you're looking at the chart, you tend to trade it. You get a bit biased, that's why. I'm looking at space. Space is very interesting, guys. Keep an eye on space. I just found it on my other chart. It's done its move, it's done its pullback. This is the calm before the storm. So I'll keep a close eye on the space thing. There would have been a short, but most likely 425, 4130s break, probably a long. 41's held, 1490s. Trying to gauge my management on that. It looks good for a long, even now. Looks good for a long. It will be early. Right now will be early if you start small. A break of 4130s you can add, and your exit. So right now would be your entry, but having said that, you have about 40 cents stop, and then the break of 41.2730s, 41.50s is your partial. The risk to reward is not there. The risk to reward is a bit weak. So, you know, when I was talking about second day movers, like this DDD looked like it wants to do that second day mover. This is what I'm talking about. You see the space? First day quite strong, closed very strong. So that follows through for the next day. This is what it's doing. Usually second days can be quite big as well, if the momentum sort of carries on from the previous day. Clearly DDD lost the battle, 38s, the buyers lost it. Almost every chart I'm looking at, it's very it's not very clean. Interesting. Do you know the TRCH offering? What was the offerings? Trying to find what price. Let's have a look. Well, the problem is they shouldn't have. I don't know. I mean, they know better, but I think this whole thing happened when they talked about, instead of 100 million, 200 million, 250 million offering. That's a huge change. Oh, I got it. So it's to be confirmed then. Awesome. I just can't get my head around these news, man. I just can't. Some people can. And there was a time where you could trade the news and all that. But the thing is, it's just, you know, the sooner you get the news, it's like sell the news and buy the rumor. If it does come out, then, you know, it's probably a bit too late. So, you know, when you bought it like January, it's, you know, it's perfect timing. But when if anybody's bought it like for the past 2 days or 3 days, they're in trouble. So whenever Bitcoin starts to creep up, that's when I get the calls. Can you buy me some Bitcoins, this and that? All the friends who've forgotten me like for years, now they know me and they're my best friend. But then I say, look, you know, it's kind of hard to explain to them that this is actually the wrong place to be buying. Like, in fact, if you have some, sell it. You know, I had people calling me when it was like, 50 something K, close to 60K, and they wanted to buy it, you know, invest everything in it. And I said, you must be like, yeah. People just, I don't know, it's so hard. Like, they can put so much of their hard-earned money, you know, just closing their eyes and investing in something they think is gonna go to the moon, without knowing anything. Like, and the reason they give is like, it's up so much, and that's the reason why you need to sell it. Unfortunately, there isn't, Scott, honestly. And I've spent thousands, thousands on the education, and none of them comes close to your own experience. You gotta trust yourself. You just need to spend that time. A lot of, I mean, it's very, very simple. If everybody understands this, there won't be a lot of furus out there. But they sell you a wrong. They sell you lies. To be honest, I gotta admit, they sell you complete lies. Yeah, everybody, Scott. Like, you're talking about a few thousand. I'm talking tens of thousands from my side. Like, but then, you know, if somebody guides you, you can do these without spending anything. Like, there's everything is free, everything. And it seems like, oh, I need all these extra scanners and all these indicators, and all of them are like, they're all BS. Honestly, it's like, you don't need anything. It's just it amazes me how I was so naive to like fall for these tricks over and over. And But you know, obviously, it's all lesson learned. If I hadn't done that, I would have probably done it in the later stages, which is even worse. Like, but yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, with these recordings and spending some times, you know, I could probably chip in my ideas and, you know, guidance if anybody is, you know, asking for it. Level 2, level 2 is extremely essential. It depends how fast. Hold on, Scott. Just give me a second. Scott, I dodged a bullet here. Yeah, I stopped out on break even because this is why you need that level 2. Um, these things weren't happening when I exited it. I just didn't like the way it traded on the tape, as well as, you know, it just the chart was just so no good. Yeah, level 2 is extremely essential, especially if you're trading short time frame, like 1 minute, the way I do. Every trade of mine is based off of level 2. Every single trade. I wouldn't put a single trade without looking at the level 2. And it's not like you're looking for some sort of secret in the level 2. No, it's, you know, the way I use level 2 is I only look at it when I'm interested in a stock. If I'm about to buy it or if I'm about to short it, I don't look at it like constantly. Like, say for example, if I'm looking at a space right now, if I'm interested in it, I'll keep an eye on the side level 2, which looks, obviously you might know it, but on the Thinkorswim, I'll show you. Nah, where is it? Just don't use Thinkorswim that much. Lines level 2. Show me level 2. Yeah. Let's watch something. Let's watch Wish, WISH. I'm really not used to this kind of level 2. My level 2 is completely different. It's all color coded and everything. So wow, this is it's kind of hard to, and it's not actually a collapse. This all different. This is kind of hard for me to. But what I look as, if I'm interested in short here somewhere, I need there's a lot of things I look for it. If I start to if there is a spread, for example, that's 1360s and that's 1355s, and if the 1360s starts to come down 59, 58s, and then you know, gets closer and closer to the bid, and bid starts to get taken out, and that's also one of the obviously simplest way to look at the weakness. There's a lot of other ways, like for example, if we have a lot of huge number on the bid, and you're looking at that bid to lift, and if it starts to lift very quickly, you can actually enter before that lifts, because if that lifts, you will have huge huge wash where you won't be able to enter if it had already lifted. So small things like that. I mean, when I say small, obviously you look at a lot of other things, but it takes a while to get used to. Level 2 is extremely important. Like, if somebody's used to level 2 and they don't have the level 2 on their charts, it's like trading it blindly. So that could be the secret, Scott. Whoop. space also doesn't wanna go. Right now, also you have to be aware of the time frame. So the first an hour or two. What time is it now? Yeah, it's 4 p.m. here almost. So it's around 11, isn't it? So right, even before now, like 10:30 a.m., things will start to calm down. I usually do well the first hour and the last hour, the power hour. And my data shows that clearly. And I don't do well at all in the first 5 minutes. Like, so I've given up on trading the first 5 minutes, as you might have noticed. I don't trade, especially the first 5 minutes. Whew. FMCC, what happened to you? 2.42. Freaking hell. It's 100% moved down. Let's see, what else do we have? ENTX. If you wanna learn about level 2, there's quite a lot of videos out there on YouTube. It's just I think I might have seen quite a few of them, quite helpful videos. That's all you gotta know about it, because level 2 is very personal. I think a lot of people don't believe that, but I think it's personal, because certain things I have like intuition, like because level 2 has a lot of games also being played. You can actually put let's say if you put 1,000 shares, you can put 100 or 10 or 10,000. You can make it show that it's 10,000. In fact, it's not. So there's a lot of games being played, for example, but you can use that to your advantage. So for example, I was talking about if the bid is at, let's say, on which one I was talking about, TRC. Let me put that TRCH, or let's say Wish, for example. If the bid is 1370s, and we see huge numbers on 1370s, but as soon as it hits it, it lifts Well, that means it's actually fake numbers. So you can actually use that as an advantage to confirm your short bias, thesis. Because what people are trying to do is people might be a bit desperate because they were long and they're in trouble, so they want to scare the shorts away. Not that it will work, but obviously it will work on people who don't know these games. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of ways you can, as long as you know what's being played, or at least have an idea. But yeah, a lot of people, they just use level 2 very seriously as well. Like, I think that's wrong as well. If you start to base your trades purely based on level 2, then I think that's wrong, because it's not really sort of concrete thing. You know, it might show something and sometimes it does complete opposite. So you can't just rely on that. Everything has to be there. Your levels, your charts, your plan, what sort of system, what sort of strategy you're using, time of the day. In fact, time of the day is so big. The volume, you gotta keep an eye on all of those, but you always obviously start slow. You know, if you're new, you start with let's say, for example, watching the charts. Forget about level 2, just watch 1 minute chart and watch something like that's on the move, that's in play. For example, AMC, you know, watch it day in, day out when they are moving. Today is not a great example, but yeah, so start with the charts, and then you start looking at the volume. You know, when it starts to break out, for example, how does the volume react to it, and what sort of successful breakout happens, and what sort of volume. Like earlier I was talking about DDD. Let me just give you this example. For example, we were short here. So this 36 level starts to hold, and you see this volume. Now normal volume is this level here. Let me just put the. So before actually this breakout happened, this big bar that came into play, volume was on average this level here. As soon as that happened, you see that volume consistence as well, like it's rising. If I put this on let's say 2 minutes, 1 minute is not gonna be very smooth. If I put this on 2 minute chart, can you see clearly what's happening there? Boom, 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 volume. And look at that on the pullback. So say for example, if you are on the wrong side of this move, you could say, well, I'm not gonna hold this thing. Look at that volume, it's coming up with huge volume. I'm gonna get out. So at least it's gonna save you from all this hassle, you know. So it takes a while, but you know, every information is available online. The way from pre-market work to all the way to, you know, pulling the trigger. Just so many information, so much free information out there. You just don't need any rules. But I think one thing you need, however, is someone to check your trades, like someone you report to. I would say like a mentorship, but it doesn't have to be mentorship. It can be someone who knows, you find online, who's at the same level. You share your charts and you share your ideas when you trade. It makes you accountable for your actions. Um, it's trading is can be a lonely game. If you fall for that, then the progress is very, very slow. In fact, you hit a speed bump and you just kind of give up. But that actually having someone to actually look at your trades and ask you questions about your trades is a, I think, huge step. That's what a lot of traders don't do. They just think they will make it on their own, which is, I don't think is possible. I don't think it's possible. Like, I tried it, and a lot of people have tried it. A lot of my friends have tried it. But no, you can't do it alone. So what I've started to do was I started to record pretty much everything I do. And I start keeping records of it, and I will I'll share it with some friends of mine I have specific deal with. It's not like, it's kind of like agreement. I check their trades and they check mine, and you know. But that was when I was like confirming my theses and the plans, so that I have the correct result of the data for it. So I'm not tricking myself because I'm biased. So having someone like that is huge. That's what makes or break, I think. But if you're disciplined enough, I think you can do that. But you have to create a system where you actually record your levels, not trades. Every single trade you record them. Ideally, you want to use something like what is it? Trade journals, online trade journals. I use quite a few of them. I still use them. So you use them, record your levels, and you record your trades, and gather the data as much as you can, and come to a conclusion. Like, you don't have to have the extremely successful strategy. You don't. Like, for example, I'll give you one. This is where you can start from if you're completely unaware of a system or strategy. All right, I can give you one, and then try this on, like, for example, for a week or 2 weeks, and see how it works. If you think, if at the end of the day the results are really bad, even that, if you're very consistent with the data entries, what you can do is you can use that information. So for example, if you have like 80% losers, well, you've got a system. You've actually got a good system. Do the opposite, complete opposite of what you've done. So it's not a waste of time. Like, so a lot of people think, oh shit, my system is losing 70% of the time. I'm telling them, bring that system to me. You know, it is how you use it, I think. So yeah, take a simple, very simple setup or system, and consistently trade that for, let's say, 2 weeks or a month, and start recording those trades and the data. Collect the data on it, and on those trade journals, live online trade journals, you can actually see a lot of information. That's why I use them. Like, for example, if the trade weren't working, what time it wasn't working, how long was it successful in the short term, was it successful in the long term, Monday, Tuesday, which days it was doing well, like what sort of stocks you did well. Every detail is in there. You just need to find that which sticks out from that data, you know. That's how you start building your system, and it has to be obviously your system. A lot of this is where people get it wrong. they go for furus thinking that their system is gonna work on them. It doesn't work like that. Like, I have tolerance on certain things. Like, some people can risk $1, I just can't risk it. you know and some people can just take 1-to-1 trades, like they're risking 20 cents to get 20 cents. Even before that, I just don't understand how they can do that. I used to do that, to be honest, but it didn't get me nowhere. So that's why you have to, obviously somebody could guide you to create that system, according to your character. For example, what are you good at? What's your strength? Are you a patient guy? Are you a quick thinker, quick decision maker? Can you see multiple charts at a time and make your decision according? Can you handle multiple charts, or are you very focused person? Like, you can just look at one chart, and to be honest, you only trade. There are people I know who trades only one ticker, one stock, for the whole week. Like, for example, AMC, they wouldn't touch anything else apart from AMC. But that's their system. That's how they are. They only focus on one thing, one specific, and they are so zoned in on it. They don't even have to look at the chart. They just look at the level 2, and it works for them. So yeah, I mean, it takes a while, but if you're at it, you'll get there. But you just need to find what you can, what you will be good at. Because if you're not, let's say, if you're not patient guy, then you can be a good scalper. You can't wait for these moves to happen. Like, for example, on this one, can you see the charts? DDD. So the trade was 36.85. Scalpers will take very quick, on these washes. They will take the whole thing out. They'll take it out. They wouldn't wait for this to break. Whereas patient traders will, okay, well, that's what I do. Take half out and then put my stop here or on the break even, and just let it run. I can handle that. Yeah, absolutely. That's so true. Everybody goes through that, I think. That optimism phase, and then realizing, well, it's not as easy. Yeah, and then you have to go through a phase, isn't it? But right now, I don't know which level you're at. What's your experience with day trading? I know you swing trade. Depending on your experience, I could talk about what you could be doing for the next, let's say, 2 months or 3 months, what you should be focusing on purely to get that result. But I just don't, say, for example, if you've been trading for years, then that's a different story. After that, it all falls on the discipline side of the issue. But if you're just starting out with, or within a year time, or 6 months, then you're still, I think, might be looking for that system. You haven't really found that strong system that you can actually day in day out use it. If you want, Scott, don't be shy to ask. If you really want me to share few strategies, I can. Um, Probably not a good idea on the stream, obviously, but uh, just send me an email. I can share some. Have a look at it. But the issue is I don't know. That's the thing. If I knew you, I could tell you this is what this is what you should try. This past year, so it's for you. It's been around the year. Yeah, around the year is enough for you to be for you to start looking. By now, you should at least have an idea of all the technical terms and things like that, and maybe at least have a few setups, few strategies that you haven't really perfected, but you're trying out, or it's on and off, but you're still searching for. A year for me was, yeah, for me, after a year of looking at the charts, I was just blindly looking for strategies, and I thought, okay, that's the solution to my problems. But I was wrong. I was wrong because I was jumping from strategy to strategy. Don't get me wrong, most of the strategies that I've tried might have been actually good strategies, but because I didn't give them enough time, enough chance to work out and collect enough data on them, it just got lost. And in the process, was waste of time basically. So yeah, I mean, if you are doing something, stick to it, but do gather the data. I could not stress this enough. Like, trade. What is it, man? I just keep forgetting the journaling platform. One is TradeViz. I use that. The other one is the more famous one. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, journal your each trade. If you can't do it live, do it on something like trade. Is it TradeView or TC2000? ENTX. ENTX is starting to move. This is the first day gapper. Huge move today. The volume is rising. Volume is rising, but price action is not actually supporting that. But let's see. This is interesting. Might be interesting. Over 8. Over 8, 850. Yeah. TX, keep an eye on this. 770s. 770 is an area. And then 850. It's too slow for me. Anyways, I think I'm gonna shut everything down now. That'll be it for me for the day. I don't see anything very interesting to keep me here. The only thing I see is space. 40, that's for the short, 4070s. 4080s. I'm looking at space. It's not very clear though. That's the issue. 60. Interesting. Scott, stay tuned. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed to the channel? If you have, I have also I have plans of the first 10 subscribers to my channel will get some one-on-one sessions. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, probably Zoom or things like that, but yeah, not now, but you know, in a while. Maybe, you know, talk about things that maybe you're interested, things like that. Anything, it could be anything. So yeah, the first 10 seconds, I think we are on 8 or 9 at the moment. I haven't really asked my friends to subscribe, to be honest. If I did, first of all, they wouldn't understand what I'm talking about. Second of all, I need people, genuine people, to come to my channel and live stream and, you know, have a group of likely-minded people trading similar things. This is where, you know, trading in a group comes in. So I'm hoping like this is what's gonna happen. Create a nice little group and then help each other out, basically, you know. That's pretty much the plan. While doing that, obviously I'm also, I gotta be honest, I'm helping myself by live streaming and recording my videos and going through them. It's yeah, so that's the plan. Yeah, do stay tuned. I will be having, once I get to 10, I'll be sending them, I don't know how to send private messages to them, but I will find out, and we'll discuss, probably give an hour or two for each of you guys, to see where you are, obviously understand where you're coming from, so I can have better understanding of what we can do. I mean, it might be as easy as sharing a setup with you guys, yeah, or it could be something like, you know, um, just share some charts or things like that. You know, anything helps, and so that's my plan. That's what we will do. Yeah, if you want to rewatch it, I was thinking of maybe should I just post? Uh, there were 4 or 5 alerts on today. Shall I just post them, like trim them and post them? It'll be easier to watch. Obviously, I don't do over voiceovers because it seems very fake. Because I just want to post whatever was happening and whatever we were talking about, trades as it happened. So that might be a good idea to do that, and it saves quite a lot of time because it's already 2 hours, I think, the stream. What do you think? What would be better? It's a little bit of a work, obviously, to trim and but if it's gonna help, definitely I'll do it. Right, seems like that's it. Alright guys, stay safe out there. I'll catch you tomorrow, and good luck. I might join for the PM. If I do, I will let you know. Well, I'll put a post on YouTube. Awesome, yeah, Scott, definitely. If you stay on the live, because you know you clearly see that live action, that's a huge bonus, to be honest. In my days, let's say 10 years ago, when I started out, even if I wanted to pay, we didn't have these. In fact, even now, these days as well, there's only few out there that will actually talk about, you know, in advance what they're going to be trading, what their entry is going to be, so we are really rare. But you know, it's definitely you know, it's a good idea to take some notes. Anyway, Scott, again, thanks for giving me the company. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, take it easy, mate. Stay safe. Cheers.